Welcome back, you beautiful fucks. It's me, Danny. And today we got a great video. Let me get my knife back from these two right here. These two chuckle nuts. These are the Godzilla 1954 and 2000 Venomates from my last video. Very great figures. Get them out of here. Because today, as promised from the last video, we're going to be talking about other stuff. It's completely slipped my mind already. Let's get them on screen as soon as possible here. Because there it is. We have the Hiya Kong from Kong Skull Island and the Heat Ray Translucent Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. Great figures. Spoiler alert. That's how I feel. We're going to start with Kong first and take a look at the box. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love Hiya's box design now compared to what they were usually doing. It seems like every move or every titan, every titan or kaiju is kind of getting a unique box, which I like. I was not a fan of the when Godzilla vs. Kong was coming out. They were doing the whole orange and blue design for both Godzilla and Kong, and then for King of the Monsters they did the it's like that metal template with the Titan picture in the center. I didn't like that. NECA did the same thing too when they were doing King of the Monster figures. I didn't like that. I like what they're doing here. They're more pleasing to look at. It almost makes me want to keep the boxes, but I don't. I recycle because that's important. Some great little creature, a great mouse, could use this as a home, and I am happy to offer the Kong from Kong Skull Island box as a home for a family of mice somewhere in a field. Anyway, though, we gotta get the figure out before we can do that. And here he is. And in Hiya fashion, one thing I love about them, no twisty ties, except if you're a Ghidorah, because you're gigantic and weigh 1,000 pounds. But this one, all it is get the tape off, which I'm doing here. And then we can start opening up, and everything just falls out. Just like that. I opened it the wrong way, okay? Could have been a little bit more majestic in my unboxing here, but no. And there he is, kind of looking up a little bit. We'll get to him in a second, just checking out to see any loose joints. His torso is slightly loose, not too bad though. So one of the main accessories you get is the log, the tree branch, and it's very nice. It's the one he swings at the skull crawler, and it almost looks like it over there. If you look at it, that tree creature from the New Empire that eats that one dude. You know what I'm talking about. It kind of looks like that. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe not. Who knows? But I like to think you just got two Titans for the price of one. Okay? Whatever that tree creature is called. I don't know. They always give them like weird names like Hell Tree or Tree Biter, whatever. Log Muncher. I hope these aren't like really like slurs and I'm just saying that I don't know. That'd be terrible. I'm about to get red flagged. Anyway, you also get a whole bunch of hands. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of having a whole bunch of extra hands. It's just because you're going to pick two of them, and the rest are just kind of extra. They have to find a place to store. You get an additional face, which is pretty cool. I like his roaring face, although I keep the other one on. Again, spoiler alert, but very nice. But again, with the hands, it's just a lot. Now, if you're into toy photography, then it's pretty nice because you can interchange it. But for me, I usually just find a pose I like, stick him in it. Very rarely do I ever change those hands on any figure that has interchangeable hands. And plus, I just don't think it's good to constantly take those off and on because I feel like it wears out the ball joint. But that's just me. So, looking at the figure, though, details, sculpt, paint, all fantastic. So this Kong, I kind of feel like there's his butt cheeks. They gave that crevice right in there. Okay, that took 20 minutes to carve. I'm about to burp. Hang on. Excuse me. He looks a bit chunkier than I thought he was in the movie. Again, that could just be me, but I feel like he's supposed to be a little leaner in like the torso area. Maybe not. I don't know. It's not bad though. It still looks very good. One thing I started doing with these Hiya figures is I didn't do it on camera here. I do it after I started recording. It's kind of like loosening the joints a bit. I don't really do that with too many figures, and I want to start doing it because, you know, a lot of these figures have very stiff joints out the box. We're giving a thumbs up. A great figure. But if you really want to get some good poses, you kind of have to loosen up, the arms and the legs, each joint on there, so you can really unlock its full potential. And when I say loosen up, I just mean, if it bends, start bending it. If it twists, twist it in all directions. Just kind of, loosen up. Get rid of that stiffness, okay? If you got to heat it up, heat it up. You don't want to break nothing. Although Hiya's pretty good when it comes to durability. So, but I still wouldn't risk it. Like I said, that ball joint on my burning Godzilla, it broke. But it still popped right back on, though. But still technically kind of broke, I guess. But it's holding on, okay? It's holding on. It's there. So, still an A+, if you ask me, or at least an A on durability. Here's just Kong, or not Kong, this is Godzilla. Do I know my Titans? This is Godzilla. Okay, and I've talked about it before. I wasn't a huge fan of all these translucent versions of Godzilla, but this one definitely caught my eye. And again, I'm very pleased with this. Still no plans to pick up the other one. I think this is just fine for me right here. And they did a fantastic job. And again, very easy packaging. Now this one has some additional parts, which I completely forgot about when I bought it. And then I just saw it. Well, I remember it comes with the heat ray, which is very nice. It's a very good sculpt. It is similar to if you have any of the NECA heat rays, it's pretty similar, just a bit heftier. But he also has an additional head and neck, which you'll see here in a second, because I do change it, because I do prefer it, and I think it's a very cool sculpt. And then pops right out. There we go. Much better unboxing there, okay? Didn't open it the wrong way. Take the little wrapper off, the protective seal, and there he is, and he looks fantastic, okay? Get the legs straightened out. Look at those colors. And again, I chose this one over the other one, and what drew me to this one is there's less blue on the body that just looks like splotches of blue to try to make it look like it's reflective off his beam. I don't like that. They have some on his face and his eyes, but it's not too much. It kind of looks like there's a little bit inside the thigh joint too, but you can't really see that. But where the blue really shines is on the dorsal plates. It's very vibrant, and I really do like how it looks. I did not really test out the translucent feature. I've seen other people do it. It's not bad. But I guess that kind of speaks to how good it is, even without that whole translucent thing going on. It just looks really good and very vibrant. Also, side note, when I talk about the other version that I'm not interested in, I'll talk about the first Heat Ray edition. I'm not talking about the one that they announced. It's not even a heat ray. It's the pre-evolved Godzilla where he's completely like blue in the New Empire, like where he was in France. He was like just cracking and like all sorts of blue on him. That one looks really good, and I definitely will be picking that one up when it comes out in 6 years or whatever long it takes. It feels like 6 years. Very good. Don't really like how that neck joint looks, but that's okay. Because as you see here, I changed it out. Okay, those are just rubber, by the way. You're gonna see me squeeze it. Look at that. Which, again, speaks to Hiya's durability. Like I enjoy when figures incorporate more of the rubber than just the hard plastic, because it's much more durable, harder to break if it falls. So I do like that. But here's that beam effect again that shoves right in there. But yeah, you're kind of looking in the background. I know it's not in focus, but when it shows back up, I like how the figure looks with this new head. There's no seams there because it's just a completely different neck, solid piece. Then you just attach the head. It was very easy to do, and it looks amazing. It looks good even without the beam effect. I considered just taking the beam effect out. There he is. And the beam effect, you just kind of shove it in there, and it's a tight fit, but it's still very sturdy, at least in the mouth. My main worry is over time how well that heat ray will hold up if it's going to start to warp. It is pretty hefty and it feels pretty sturdy, but as you can see, it is, it's a lot of weight up there. Not a whole lot, but still enough to where it kind of worries me if it's going to start to warp just over time, which again is why I consider maybe just taking it out, but it's still really cool how it looks right now. But those are the two figures. Kong is smaller, which is, they're not going to make him to scale because he was obviously like the size of Suko, and they're not going to do that to us, which makes me wonder if they're ever going to do a Hiya Suko figure. That'd be pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind if they did that to scale. Just hopefully it wouldn't be $50. But no, both those figures look great. I'm very happy with them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It feels great to get some more Hiya figures. If you're wondering, yes, I did see the SH Monster Arts Shimo, and I was going to make a video on that. I'm going to make a whole video to talk about my opinion on Hiya versus SH Monster Arts, because I definitely have my views on Monster Arts, and I definitely have my views on Hiya. And if you know me, I definitely lean more towards Hiya, but we're going to have a fun discussion, and that will come out next week. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all next time.